So Apple's new A19 Pro chip is getting a ton of buzz. And yeah, it's expected to be incredibly fast. But the real story, the part that's actually fascinating, isn't just that it's faster. It's how they're pulling it off without actually shrinking the chip's manufacturing process. And that's the big question, right? This is the puzzle that every chip designer on the planet is trying to solve. So let's dive in, because Apple's answer here isn't just some clever little trick. It's a completely different way of thinking about chip design that everyone else is now scrambling to figure out. I mean, think about what we expect from our phones these days. We want these tiny little rectangles to do, well, everything. But they're constantly fighting against a very real, very powerful force. Yeah, our expectations are kind of through the roof. We want to play console-level games with incredible graphics, get instant AI answers right on the device, and oh yeah, we still expect the battery to last all day. It's like wanting a pocket-sized supercomputer. And every single one of those demands makes the chip work harder and harder, and more work means more power, which inevitably creates the one big enemy of all performance, heat. And this brings us to this dirty little secret in the world of mobile chips. A phone can have amazing peak performance, but if it gets too hot, and it will, the phone slams on the brakes to protect itself. That amazing power just vanishes after a couple of minutes. So the real challenge isn't just about being fast, it's about staying fast without melting down. So, with the laws of physics closing in, Apple's solution wasn't to just try and crank up the speed even more. Nope. They went back to the drawing board and rethought the entire blueprint of the chip to make it work smarter, not just harder. Okay, the easiest way to picture this is like a super smart factory assembly line. First, Apple widened the conveyor belt so it can feed way more instructions into the system all at once. Then, they got way better at predicting what you're going to do next, so the right parts are already waiting. What's the result? The assembly line never has to stop or wait around. There's no wasted energy, no idle time, and the whole thing just gets faster without needing more raw power. And that really gets to the heart of it, right? It brings to mind that classic Steve Jobs quote, "The genius of the A19 Pro isn't just about a bigger number on a spec sheet. It's about a deeper, more intelligent design of how the whole thing actually works." Okay, but where things get really revolutionary is with the GPU. This is where Apple didn't just tweak things, they completely changed how the work gets done inside the chip. See, in the past, the GPU was trying to do everything. It was juggling all the graphics and all the heavy lifting for AI. It created a massive bottleneck. So what Apple did for the first time is build dedicated AI processors. They call them neural accelerators, right into every single GPU core. It's like the GPU hired a team of brilliant specialists for all the AI stuff, so it can focus 100% on what it does best, making stunning graphics. And look, this isn't just some tiny little improvement. This clever split results in a 3 times increase in the GPU's AI power. For those AI jobs, this new iPhone chip has the same kind of power as a MacBook Pro, a literal laptop-class AI engine, just sitting in your pocket. All right, so that's all the cool theory, smarter designs, specialized workers. But does it actually work in the real world when you really push it? Let's look at the numbers. Take ray tracing. This is one of the toughest jobs you can give a GPU. It's super intense. And the A19 Pro, it's not just winning, it's in a completely different league. It's just lapping the competition, showing what happens when the GPU can just focus on graphics. And here is the absolute knockout punch. It delivers that world-beating performance while being the most efficient chip out there. When you're playing a heavy game like Genshin Impact, it's barely sipping power compared to everyone else. This is that work smarter idea paying off right in front of us. But here's the thing, all that amazing performance means nothing if the phone melts in your hand. And that brings us to the final, absolutely critical piece of the puzzle. For the first time, the Pro models are getting a brand new cooling system with something called a vapor chamber. This new thermal setup lets the A19 Pro just keep going, holding on to its peak performance for way longer, up to 40% longer in fact. Like Apple says, running cool is how you push the limits. This physical upgrade is what truly unlocks all that architectural genius. Okay, so the Pro chip is obviously a monster, but what about the regular A19 in the standard iPhone 17? Let's break down what Apple's doing here with its 2-chip strategy. Look, the standard A19 is still going to be an incredible chip. In fact, it's so powerful, it's bringing features like ProMotion to the whole lineup. But the A19 Pro, that's built for the marathon, not just the sprint. It has the smarter CPU, that extra GPU core with the AI specialists, and, crucially, that advanced cooling system for those heavy, sustained, pro-level tasks. All right, so let's zoom out for a second. What does all of this actually mean? The story of the A19 Pro isn't just about winning a benchmark test. It's about what this kind of power really unlocks. What we're seeing here is a huge shift. The game isn't just about who has the fastest peak speed anymore. Apple is proving that the smartest chip wins, especially when that chip is smart enough to stay cool and deliver its power over the long haul. And that just leaves us with this one kind of mind-blowing question. We now have phones with the AI power of a MacBook and the gaming performance of a console. The hardware barrier has been completely shattered. So the question isn't, what can my phone do anymore? It's, what are we going to create with it next? All right, so let's do a quick flyby of what we just covered. The A19 Pro's huge leap in power isn't from brute force, it's from a smarter architecture. They boosted the CPU's efficiency, they offloaded AI tasks in the GPU to specialized cores, and they added a brand new cooling system to make sure all that power is sustained. The standard A19 gets a big boost, but the Pro is really built for endurance. It's a total masterclass in smart design.
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to the later update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end, and see you in the next video.